It's April 22nd, 1915. The Second Battle of Ypres. The war has been dragging on for nearly a year. The trenches stretch for miles, cutting through Belgium and France. Soldiers live in mud, rats, and fear. At around 5 p.m., German forces open 6,000 gas cylinders. A greenish, yellow mist begins to flow across the battlefield. Within minutes, soldiers of the French 45th and 87th Divisions, many of them Algerian colonial troops, start coughing, choking, and clawing at their throats. Their lungs fill with acid. Many collapse before they can even raise their rifles. The chlorine gas burns everything it touches: skin, eyes, lungs. And for the first time, the world sees chemical warfare. Among the soldiers nearby are the Canadians, the 1st Canadian Division. They watch the horror unfold and know it's only a matter of time before that same cloud comes for them. As the gas drifts closer, a group of soldiers scrambles for anything to protect themselves. Masks. None exist yet. Orders. None have come. It's pure panic. Someone. History doesn't record exactly who. Remembers something from school, or maybe a chemistry manual. Ammonia can neutralize chlorine. And where can you find ammonia in the middle of a trench? Your own urine. The idea spreads like wildfire. Soldiers urinate on rags, socks, even handkerchiefs, then press them to their mouths and noses. The smell is unbearable, but it works. The moisture and ammonia react with the chlorine, buying them precious seconds of life. That's how men who had no gas masks, no preparation, and no orders managed to survive one of the deadliest attacks in history. After Ypres, the war changes forever. Chemical weapons become a grim part of the battlefield. Phosgene, diphosgene, mustard gas, and armies start developing protection. Within weeks, the British issue their first hypo helmet, a flannel bag soaked in a chemical solution to neutralize gas. Later, it evolves into the smallpox respirator, the first true gas mask. But the memory of those early days lingers, of men pressing urine, soaked cloths to their faces, as the air itself tried to kill them. Over the next years, both sides unleash countless gas attacks. The wind direction, once meaningless, becomes a matter of life and death. Entire battles are decided not by bullets, but by the invisible. Most history books mention the gas attacks in numbers. Casualties, dates, statistics. But behind every number is a human being. Imagine Private James Mackenzie, a 19-year-old from Nova Scotia. He writes in a letter home, "We heard the word gas, but I didn't understand it until my throat started closing." He would survive that day by doing what seemed unthinkable, holding a urine-soaked cloth over his mouth as he crawled through corpses and chaos. Or imagine an Algerian soldier, one of thousands left without protection. No one had warned them what gas was. Their bravery, their suffering, mostly forgotten. Time erases details, but the truth lingers in fragments, whispers, and diaries, military reports, letters never sent. They show us how humans adapt when there's no other choice. Let's pause for a moment to understand why it worked. Chlorine gas reacts with moisture to form hydrochloric acid. That's what burns the lungs. The ammonia in urine doesn't neutralize it completely, but it slows the reaction, reducing how much acid forms. It wasn't a perfect fix, but when every breath could kill you, slowing the damage meant survival. The story sounds strange today, almost like myth. But science and eyewitness records confirm it. From Canadian archives to British war diaries, the soldiers' quick thinking wasn't superstition. It was chemistry, desperation, and instinct merging in one moment of terror. After the war, gas weapons became a symbol of horror. Treaties like the 1925 Geneva Protocol banned their use. Yet, across time, we've seen echoes. From the trenches of WWI to the battlefields of the Middle East. Each generation thinks it's moved beyond such cruelty. But the past has a way of resurfacing. What's forgotten is that survival often came not from generals or scientists, but from the common soldier. The one who dared to do something unthinkable just to stay alive. Think about it. These were young men, many barely out of school. In moments of chaos, they trusted rumors, instincts, even their own bodies to survive. There's something hauntingly human about that. It reminds us that history isn't made in grand speeches or battle maps. It's made in moments like that. A soldier in a trench, clutching a rag to his face, hoping to see another sunrise. And as time moves on, stories like these fade into the background. Too strange to believe, too human to forget. Today, we have advanced protective gear, chemical treaties, and international laws. But every innovation has roots, often born from fear and necessity. That first moment of desperation in Ypres, men using urine to fight gas, indirectly sparked the creation of modern gas masks, chemical research, and battlefield medicine. A horrifying event, yet it forced humanity to innovate, to prepare, to survive. That's the strange rhythm of history. Tragedy leads to discovery, desperation to invention. The past hides these connections until someone digs them up again. The story of soldiers surviving gas attacks with urine isn't just about war. It's about the human will to live. It shows how far people will go when the world falls apart around them. It's about time, too. How the past keeps echoing, reminding us of both the horror and the resilience inside us. When you breathe freely today, remember that once, a man in a muddy trench fought for that same breath, with nothing but courage, instinct, and something most of us would rather forget. If this story made you see history differently, like, share, and subscribe to Where the Past